Hey guys, it's Ryan back again, and in this video I am going to be covering what I believe are the best mods available for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Now every mod that I'm going to cover in this video is available free of charge, and you can download that from Nexus Mods. However, in order to do that you will need to create an account. So all the mods I'm going to cover in this video do require what's known as the Unreal Engine 4 scripting system, UE4SS. And to install this, it's dead simple really. You want to go to the page that I've got linked here, and from here you want to click on the tab that says Files. From here, download the latest version, which is this one here. And once that's downloaded, browse across to where you'd normally save stuff. So, downloads, I guess. Inside this folder, you want to extract this archive. So, yeah, let's do all this. And then inside the archive, you want to basically take a copy of both this folder here, as well as the DLL file as well. And now we want to head to where the game is installed. So for me, it's on the D drive. So Steam Library, Steam Apps, come on, and Expedition 33. So from here, you want to go where it says Sandfall, Binaries, Win64, and this is the folder where you want to paste it in. So it's Expedition 33, Sandfall, Binaries, then Win64. So I'm just going to overwrite what I've already got in here. So let's paste this in. And then yes to replace if you've already maybe have some files in there. You probably won't if this is the first time. Okay, cool. So that's now all installed. Now we can actually move on to the mod list that we're going to cover in the main part of this video. Okay, so the first mod on the list is the Always Have Weapons and Luma Upgrade on Rest Points mod, which is a bit of a mouthful. But what it really means is that whenever you stop at a flag or a checkpoint, you now have the option to upgrade your weapons and assign your Luma points to your companions. Normally in the game, you do unlock this ability, but it's not until Act 3, so if you want to upgrade your weapon, then typically what you'd have to do is go back to your camp, talk to Curator, get him to upgrade your weapons, assign your Luma points and so on and so forth, and then go back to the game. It becomes very tedious, and there are certain areas later on where you'll probably pick up loads of crafting materials, and it might be handy just to upgrade your weapons as you go. However, once you get this mod installed, you don't need to go back to the camp anymore. You can just do it straight away from any flag in the game, and that includes the very first one you come across at the beginning of the game. So the next little mod we're going to look at is the Place Name Level Indicator. And what this really does is it gives you a rough estimated level requirement for certain areas in the game. Normally what would happen in the game is that when you go to places, you're going to either have a white ring, which means it's around your level, or it's going to be a red ring. The problem with that is, of course, that all the red ring will tell you is it'll just say danger. So there's often a chance where you'll just over level, come back later on and absolutely just wipe whatever's in there. So I mean, one of the things that I noticed is when I was playing through is I didn't actually know what level these things, so I came back to them like later on. And it could have been like a level 30 area, but by that time I came back to it, it was like level 60, so I was just like one-shot everything, which isn't that fun. But then again, if I'd come back to earlier, I would have got decent Pictos, which I could have used further down the line. The mod also tells you about what locations are actually safe with no enemies, so it's just loot. And you can see that as you go to the world map, as you explore the areas. Again, it's just a great little quality of life mod, which I recommend using. Okay, so the final mod that we're going to cover is the Picto Auto Mastery. So what this does is whenever you pick up a Pictos, it will automatically master it. And what that means is that you can now assign it to your other companions. Now in the main game, the way that Pictos work is you pick it up, you assign it to your companion, and I believe if you win 4 matches in a row, at that point its class has been mastered. The downside to that, of course, is that there's some really good Pictos out there, and it gets a kind of bit tedious to go and backtrack, rest just to fight, just so you can learn it. Now, unfortunately, the mod doesn't work retrospectively, so if you've already picked up something, then you install the mod, it doesn't automatically master it. It's only at the first pickup that you obtain from the ground or by defeating certain enemies. Again, a quality life mod, and I do recommend you use it. So when it comes to installing the mods, in most cases it is just a simple matter of downloading the mod, extracting the archive, and then copying it to location where it needs to go, which in most cases is going to be either a mod folder or the logic mod folder, depending on which mod you're actually installing. So to give you an idea, you want to go to where the game is installed, so Steam Apps Common again, go to Expedition 33, go to Sandfall, go to Contents, and it's this folder here, Packs. So as you can see, these are all the ones that come with the game itself. However, I created a new folder called Tidal Mods and Logic Mods. Now, if you're unsure which one you need to copy into, if you have a look at the actual instructions on the mod pages, it will tell you how to do it. So for the Picto Auto Mastery, as you can see, copy it into the Logic Mods folder. So if we have a look, Logic Mods, and it's in here. Other mods just want to go into a mods folder like this. So there's your place name one, and there's your always save upgrade. I mean, if you get stuck or anything, there's a lot of information on all the mod pages, and you can always ask the author, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. Now, of course, that only really scratches the surface. It's only literally 3 mods that I've covered today. In fact, there's actually over 500 plus available on Nexus, and a lot of the mods will range from things like skins, change the appearance of your characters, cheat mods, making it automatically easy to parry, moving characters faster in the world, and all other like quality of life mods. That being said, thank you very much for watching this video today. Honestly, Clair Obscur is a fantastic game. It's at times difficult, but if you stick through it, and maybe if you like a cross between like a Souls-like, so like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and turn-based games such as Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy, then it might be right up your street. I found that the gameplay is great, the story is well written, and it does get quite dark at times, especially the ending. But the main star of the show is the music. It's absolutely spot on. In either case, thank you for watching this video today. And if you did find it helpful, then please don't forget to leave a like, share the video so more people can see it, and subscribe to this channel to see more content like this in the near future. Right, we'll speak again soon. Cheerio.